So I'm going to tell you how exactly I made this album cover and where I got the idea from. So this one actually took me a bit of time. I had this idea in my head of me essentially standing in like a forest away from a camera at like an angle, surrounded by like a thick fog. Great idea, hard to do and make in real life. There's a lot of things that I didn't have. First of all, I always try to write and draw out the idea if I can. This idea was really hard to draw. I got the kind of like aesthetic I wanted in the environment, but not so much the fog. Obviously, fog is really hard to paint, and so this is why this picture looks like this, because I had to essentially color it in with colored pencil and then paint with white paint on top of it to try to emulate the fog. It didn't really do a great job of that. So the other problem was like this idea came from somewhere and I was really trying hard to find a picture because I knew it came from like a movie or something, and I was having a hard time finding the picture that I wanted because I needed essentially somebody to take pictures of me in a forest somewhere. So I looked up what I thought the movie was called, which was The Fog, which was not true. It took me so long to find a good enough photo, but the movie that I had in mind when I came up with this idea was actually Stephen King's The Mist, which is not The Fog, but it has like that sort of thick ass fog quality that I wanted. And the closest photo that I could find to give my photographer a idea of how much fog I needed to edit onto this photo was this one. It was the best thing I could find, and it was kind of like the backup. It was basically like the design of the photo was based on this photo. So I took my photographer friend out into the woods with his expertise of where we could do this. Mind you, this was in winter, and asked him if he would be able to edit on the photo afterwards and add the fog, because otherwise I had no idea how to do this. So I have a friend who has like a fog machine, for instance, but she only has like one. And for the thick ass fog that I would need to surround me in the entire photo, first of all, I don't know how she runs the fog machine, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it needs to be plugged in somewhere, but I wasn't sure she would let me borrow it either way. And she only has one, and I would have needed probably like 5. So it wasn't really an option to do. So I took my photographer friend out into the woods, where he thought would be a good place to go. Meanwhile, this was winter, and I'm in a fucking dress with no tights on or anything, in a white dress, trying to make sure it doesn't get dirty, in muddy ass hike trail to find the like surrounding in the woods type of photo that I wanted. So this was an adventure. It was definitely a unique experience that I will probably have to do again sometime. But that's how I ended up with this photo, and I picked this one because it had such a nice like light to it, which you obviously can't see once the photo is edited, but this was, I think, best encapsulated my idea with the surroundings we could find. Then we went back to my apartment, and I watched him edit on fog onto this picture until it was thick enough that I was like, this is what I want. So long story short, that's how you end up with this photo. And fun fact is, the person that took this photo and edited it is the same person that this song is about. So fun fact for you. That's how this photo came to be on my album cover.